Let's get to the Philadelphia Eagles links. 9 hypothetical trades NFL teams should make. The ring at Brandon Graham, Eagles 49ers. Let's say, just for a minute, that the cap-strapped defending Shams decide they can't afford to sign Graham, 30, to a long-term contract extension now or in 2019. In that case, the next two options are to 1. Ride out the final year of his contract and maximize their shot at winning a second consecutive title before letting him walk in free agency, thus getting relatively little a 2020 comp pick maximum in return, or 2. Think big picture, and trade him now for high-value picks and some much-needed cap relief. I know what it'd do, Super Bowl 53 a bust, baby, but with the 25-year-old Carson Wentz locked in as their franchise quarterback, the Eagles brass should be thinking about the long-term health of their roster and salary cap, too. That's where the 49ers, cap and draft pick rich and not afraid to make a big splash, come in. San Francisco's got plenty of interior pass rush talent, but they don't have a proven elite edge rusher like Graham. If they threw a 2019 second-rounder and more Philly's way, Howie Roseman may have to consider it. Which players can the Eagles least afford to lose in 2018? BGN. Some of the worst in recent Eagles history have come when Philadelphia didn't have Kelce's A-game. Think about it. The Eagles went 4-12 when Kelce tore his ACL after only starting 2 games in 2012. Kelce struggled in both 2015 and 2016 as the Eagles finished with 7-9 records in tosses. He bounced back in a big way in 2017 and so did the Eagles' offense. Probably not just a coincidence. Eagles now have best odds in Atlantic City to win Super Bowl. Philly voice. The Eagles line has undoubtedly moved because Philly fans are plunking down a lot of bets on the Eagles. Similarly, the New York Giants, a team that looks nothing remotely close to a Super Bowl contender, moved from 40-1 to 18-1, likely because of North Jersey meatheads driving down the Garden State Parkway with fistfuls of cash and a lot of delusion. The Giants now have the 9th best odds in the NFL. Super Bowl champions the years before winning Super Bowl. Football Perspective. The 2017 Eagles won the Super Bowl, but the 2016 Eagles were just 7-9. That is pretty misleading. The 2016 Eagles had the best DVOA of any team in the last 30 years with a losing record, so in some ways, the 17 wasn't a big surprise. On the other hand, well, the Eagles became just the 4th team to go from a losing record to Super Bowl champion in one. The other 3 teams were much worse in the prior year than the 2017 Eagles, but you can probably guess them: the 2001 Patriots, 1999 Rams, and 1981 49ers. The NFL's top defenses against each run concept, PFFTAHE Broncos, weren't just a one-trick pony against the runs, and they led the league when defending gap concepts as well. Their success rate of 55.8% was the best in the game, but you could make the case that the Philadelphia Eagles, second in success rate at 55.7%, actually had the better overall run defense. The Eagles averaged 1.1 yards per carry, allowed less than the Broncos overall and more than half yard less before contact. They stuffed 28.4% of gap runs against them, which is more than 10% better than the league average and 3.0% better than the Broncos. Top 5. Malcolm Jenkins, P.com. Take a look at safety Malcolm Jenkins' best highlights from the 2017 Eagles. Chris Long. Love is the most powerful drug in the world. Sports Spectrum. It's no wonder, then, that at this week's Jefferson Awards Foundation banquet in Washington, D.C., where the 2-time Super Bowl champion was given 2018's Outstanding Public Service in Professional Sports honor, Long emphasized the infectious nature of servitude. The simple part is what we feel all the time doing what we do in service, he said in his acceptance speech. And that's the most powerful drug in the world, has no side effect, and it's all positive. And that's love. I believe in that. How a soldier's story helped Dan Quinn build the Falcons, the Cube on the Eagles, keeping some of his schematic elements in place. Chip Kelly's not interested in taking credit now, but it's a point that more than a few coaches and scouts have made to me in the months since the Eagles won it all. I don't really look at it like that, Kelly said. The other part of this is none of us were in the room with Amos Alonzo Stagg and Canute Rockne when this game started, so we all stole it from someone else. Who cares where it came from? We didn't get into coaching so everyone would say, we run plays or implement things so everybody will say I invented this. I mean, if you think you invented it, you're a kinder of crap. Joe Pendry will serve as Birmingham AAF GM. PFT Pendry will be joined in Birmingham by 33-year-old Trey Brown, a former scout with the Eagles and Patriots. The Eagles let Brown go earlier this year, even though he interviewed for the Bills GM job in 2017. 5 NFL players who could break Michael Strahan's bogus single-season sack record. SB Nation. Michael Strahan spent the entirety of his 15-year NFL career with the New York Giants and earned a well-deserved spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2014. His 141.5 career sacks are 6th on the NFL's all-time list, but HES also the owner of arguably the most coveted rushing record, the single-season mark of 22.5 sacks. Strahan set the record in 2001, in which he was dominant and led the NFL in both sacks and forced fumbles. But the last sack of the year for Strahan was as sketchy as it gets. Social media information. BGN Facebook page. Click here to like our page. BGN Twitter. Follow at Bleeding Green. BGN Radio Twitter. Follow at BGN_radio. BGN Radio Facebook. Click here to like our page. BGN Radio Patreons. Support the show. BGN Manager, Brandon Lee Goten. Follow at Brandon Goten.